All right. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. All right, man, that's who this world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue. Right, first and foremost, I'd like to go ahead and give double honors to the elder apostles across the four corners of the earth who uphold the 100% truth and day in and day out are prophesying the downfall of this place, Babylon the Great, aka America. Right, we know that 100% truth lies within Great Millstone, right under Elder Apostle Tahar and on down. Right, we know that 100% truth lies. Salakia. Jake Hinton, he's out here hitting a walk. So my bad if that was a little too loud on my speaker. But yeah, man, I'd like to go to give double honors to the elder apostles who uphold and push and teach the 100% truth. The 100% truth is within Great Millstone under Elder Apostle Tahar and on down. Where I also like to give double honors to the elder of the Men of Israel camp, the Kazak, who I also teach under out here in Greenville, South Carolina, who is also the head of the Men of Israel camp. Where I also like to give a shout out to you, Akim, right? That's you, brethren. That's across the four corners of the earth. That's also out here pushing and teaching this truth. In sincerity, you brothers that's out here pushing and teaching this truth in sincerity. Also the 100% truth as well. And to y'all, let us say shalom, shalom, shalom. Right, it's the Octobot coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Once again with another quick exhortation and lesson. This one not gonna be too long, just a few minutes. I'm not gonna be too long. I just want to speak on this other trailer that came to my job. Right, if y'all been paying attention, if you've been in tune, if you've been tuned in and watching the videos, you know I do a lot of quick hit on breaks. And I speak about, I take pictures of these trailers that come to my job, and you know, they have these little quotes on them and everything, and you know, I would take a picture of it, you know, and it'll be the thumbnail, then I will elaborate on it through the spirit, you know. And as you can see by the thumbnail, I have another one, right? This is a new one that came, and it says, "They are commandments, not suggestions, ... God," right? And ultimately, they're commandments. We have commandments that we're supposed to abide by. We have commandments that we're supposed to listen to and pay attention to and move accordingly to, right? There are do's and our don'ts. A commandment, let's break that word down real quick. A commandment is something that you have to do. This is something that you are being instructed to do. You have to do this, right? For instance, you go to work, Salakim. You go to work and your boss tells you, hey, you need to get this, and this done, right, before work ends today. You know, that's a command. That's something that you have to do. That's something that you're being instructed to do. Therefore, you have to do it, right? If you don't do it, there's going to be consequences. Therefore, stamps that it's a command. They're commanding you to do something, right? A suggestion is something like, hey, you can do this if you want to. It don't matter if you do or don't. You know, so it's something that you can do, but you don't have to do. That's a suggestion, man. That's a suggestion. So once again, a commandment is something you have to do. A suggestion is something that you can do if you want to or not. It's up to you, right? But see, and that's the point of this quick exhortation and lesson, right? Is because we don't have suggestions. We weren't suggested to do a damn thing. We were commanded to do a lot of things, right? The commandments, right? It's a total of, really, I'm just going to say it's 1,600, Salakia, no, 613 plus, right? Because there's also been other things that we have been commanded to do, right? More throughout the scriptures, right? But as far as the first 5 books, the law is 613, right? And once again, the law, our commandments, is in the first 5 books, right? Right? It's in the first 5 books. That's the law. That's our commandments. Those are things that we're supposed to do and things that we're not supposed to do. They're all in there. That's the law, right? And the law, in the first 5 books, we weren't suggested to do a damn thing. We didn't have a suggestion like, oh, hey, you know, if you want to come and serve and worship Yahweh Shema Shai, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. No, that's not how that situation went about. We weren't, like I said before, we weren't suggested to do a damn thing. We were commanded. Let me say it again. We were commanded to do a lot of things. So, what are some commandments, right? You're not supposed to get a line in. You're not supposed to get a line up. You're not supposed to round about the corners of thy head or thy beard, right? We're not supposed to be getting a line up, right? Another commandment: we're not supposed to be eating pork, crab, lobster, and shrimp, right? You know, we're not supposed to be eating none of that. That's a dietary law, right? The things that we're commanded to do. What's another commandment? We're not supposed to be going into the ways of these heathens, right? Celebrating these holidays out here. No, we're not supposed to be celebrating your cursed day, which is your birthday, according to Esau terms. We're not supposed to be celebrating your cursed day. We're not supposed to be celebrating Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all them shits. Halloween, we're not supposed to be celebrating none of that. Thanksgiving, we're not supposed to be celebrating none of that. We were commanded not to do those things, right? What were we commanded to do? To obey and listen to the commandments is what we was commanded to do. We were also commanded to get out here. If you're a man, get out here and prophesy, right? We were commanded to follow the dietary laws. We were commanded to not be of this world, right? So these are commandments. We were commanded. We have a lot of commandments. None of these commandments are not one is a suggestion. So it's not something that you can do if you want to. No, it's something that you have to do. Therefore, if you don't do, because it is a commandment, therefore, if you don't do it, it's going to be repercussions, right? If your parents tell you to do something and you don't do it, and you're going to get your ass whooped. We know that. So that's the same thing with our Heavenly Father. Our Heavenly Father has commanded us not to do certain things and to do certain things. If you listen, you'll be cool. But if you don't listen, you know you're going to get that ass whooped. You know you're going to get a belt whooping. You know you're going to get a whooping. It's the same case. It's the same case, right? We were commanded to do things. We were commanded to do these certain things. Our Heavenly Father told us, you know, we're not supposed to be dwelling in this world and being of this world and wanting to chase the bag and, you know, and all this other extra shit. That's not what we were commanded to do. We're commanded not to be of this world. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a suggestion. So when I seen that trailer, that's why I wanted to just elaborate on that a little bit, you know, because we don't have any suggestions. Our Heavenly Father didn't suggest us to do anything. Our Heavenly Father commanded us to do these things, man. So, you know, I'm just sending out another warning like, hey, for you ones not hearkening and listening to the law, statutes, and commandments, you got a belt whooping coming for you, man. Look, it's like one of them things like, hey, when Dad get home, that's on you. That's on your own. When Dad get home, and them dishes and shit ain't done, Dad gonna whoop your ass. That's the same thing, man. Yahweh is our Heavenly Father. You know, we were commanded to do things. But if you don't do them, that's on you, man. You know? Let's go for you. I'm speaking to Israel right now, you know? Israel is the ones that have these commandments. They have to abide in these commandments. You know? I'm not talking to you other nations. So you so-called blacks, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native Indians. are who I'm talking to right now. We were commanded, we have commandments that we have to abide by and follow. And if you choose not to follow or abide by those commandments that we were commanded to do by our Father, hey, you're going to get your whooping soon, man. You know, but like I said, man, I'm not going to be too long. I'm just coming just to elaborate on that trailer that I seen, you know, just through the spirit, just to elaborate on it a little bit. And, you know, with that, man, I'm going to go ahead and end it, man. Follow the law, statutes, commandments. If you don't listen, that's whooping upon your own ass. Shalom, shalom, shalom.